Alright everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the F123 Driver Career Mode with Ferrari. This is episode number 40 today for the British Grand Prix of Season 3. If you missed the previous episode, Austria, I recommend you go and check that one out before seeing this one. Because yes, spoiler alert, SAINZ took 2 points out of our lead. We of course came from the back in that episode in another rain-affected race weekend, and Carlos Sainz lost again. Now moving to R&D, there was a few things that we could put on, but I think we're going to put on an Ultimate ERS upgrade. You know, the Camel Straight is long. We're going to need that boost because, you know, we're still slightly down on engine power compared to like the Haas. Red Bull are technically second, but we know that the Ford does struggle for power in a straight line. You know, they have done at some tracks, and on other tracks that they've actually been good. Weather though is going to be dry this weekend at the home race for once, so yes, it's going to be interesting. R&D wise, we've extended our gap over Red Bull. Some teams like Mercedes have decided they're not upgrading this season at all. Don't know what's going on there. Alpine have brought an upgrade as well, but obviously the big change is Haas. Haas have brought an upgrade that, you know, will bring them close to Red Bull. Can they challenge for a podium? We'll have to wait and see about that. But we move then into qualifying for the home race. Of course, quite eager to get out there, make sure that we get a good starting position and not be too far behind Carlos Sainz.
Okay, here's an update. We've got a leak in the hydraulic system, so it's going to be a few minutes before we can get you back out on track, I'm afraid.
So much for getting out on track early there, but never mind that. Our first lap, we're down in P5 now because a couple of people went out in the middle of the session, like Joe and Russell, or maybe, you know, that Haas car could be there legitimately. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see when we get to the end of the session. The first couple of corners were actually slightly down, but then we start improving now, attempting a bit up on my previous best time as we go down the first two DRS straights. Through the first sector, we're up on Sergio Perez, but I think everyone's improved. We're down to P9 now. So obviously, lap times will be dropping as this track ramps up. We go past then the old start-finish straight now, back to Copse where Hamilton and Verstappen crashed back in 2021. Through Copse, always try and keep in 8th gear, losing a little bit of time there as we go to Wards, Maggots and Beckett's. Not the best corners for me on that game, but we do gain time through Maggots and Beckett's and on to this long final straight, 4/10 up on Joe's time, as well as he slumped down the order then along with us. Is he on a time? We don't know, but yes, as we move into the final stage of time, we're 4/10 up now on our previous best time. So, you know, this could be a very good position. Will this be the front row? Will it be pole position? Let's see what it is as we come across the line and we pause. It is the front row, but 3.5 tenths behind Carlos Sainz, who is in a world of his own up at the front. Russell, Piastri and Norris going well, although they are quite a bit way behind, you know, and it's actually quite close between the top, between 3rd and 10th, you know. So, yeah, a bit of a shocker for Bottas down in 10th. Haas probably needing a bit more. Ocon with a terrible race, and the Sonoda and the Aston Martins and De Vries and Stroll have got a 5th-place grid penalty for something as well. So, yeah, but that's a shocker for Sonoda. I was expecting better for Aston Martin as well, to be out-qualified by both Alphas. It's a shocker for Ocon, who's in an Alpha sandwich. So we'll see what we can do. It's time for the race.
We meet again at Silverstone for one of the great Formula One races of the entire calendar. With a barely believable capacity crowd creating a phenomenal atmosphere, it is time for a race that puts a smile on your face. It is time for the British Grand Prix. Let's have a look at the circuit. 18 corners, 3.6 miles. The DRS detection zones are at Village, Maggots, that's turn 3 and turn 11. Copse Corner, turn 9 is taken as near to flat out as you dare. It is a test of the driver's bravery out there. let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. An immense lap from Carlos Sainz yesterday puts him in pole position. And Phoenix completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Russell, Oscar Piastri, Norris, Gasly, Perez, Verstappen, Joe, Bottas, Hulkenberg, Sargent, Leclerc, Ocon, Liam Lawson, Albon, Tsunoda, Magnussen, De Vries, and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. And now it's time to head down to the track. Joining me for today's race once again is Anthony Davidson. Joined once again by former Formula One driver Anthony Davidson. And they've had a lot of on-track incidents recently that could leave them low on confidence.
Certainly confidence is an important factor. And every time you're involved in an incident, it's not just the car you damage, but that confidence as well. But all the top racing drivers are able to tune that out when the race gets underway and focus on the job at hand.
Right, mate, I know it's your home Grand Prix, but I want you to treat it like any other race. Let's not make any unnecessary risks, please.
Right, race strategy is going to be one stop. Also looking at mediums to start with. You know, a lot of people probably go softs. I think tyre wear isn't as high here, but I think we're just going to stick to soft tyres. Try and see if we can get the jump on Sainz, because he'll probably definitely go soft and then potentially either medium or hard, depending on how hard the tyre wear is. He is indeed on soft, as is everyone else. 5-minute lights, and away we go at the British Grand Prix. And it's another poor start for Carlos Sainz, and we swoop away and take the lead of the British Grand Prix. It's been time and time again that Sainz is just not getting off the line good enough. And that has cost him again, this time to us. It just bogs down again. Russell swoops around the outside comfortably. He tries to come back at Russell, to be fair. But Russell then sticks to the inside. He's going to squeeze Sainz. And will eventually, of course, he's still there. We'll have the inside for the next corner. Russell's going to have a go now the inside of Cots. We're not allowing any of that. We give him a bit of space. Don't want to go too wide there, otherwise we'll lose time. But we have retained P1. But Russell seems to be on a mission, but will he fall foul to Carlos Sainz? Sainz down the inside at the end of the Hangar Wellington Straight, and will he have the move? No. Russell still at the inside of Sainz, and now he goes around the outside of the final corner, swoops around the outside and keeps P2 for now, which is going to give us a good breathing room as these two battle. Sainz though isn't done yet. He's going to go down the inside at Cops. Will he keep this move going? No. Russell's still there on the outside. Has he got the move done? No. This is going to now go side by side through Maggots and Beckett's. Will Sainz have the move done? Not quite yet. Now, but no, Russell comes out on top through Maggots and Beckett's, but now Sainz comes back round the outside, and Piastri comes out of nowhere to get Russell. Is he going to get Sainz as well? Sainz will this time have the inside to the penultimate corner, but then it comes to the inside for Piastri, the final corner, but Sainz is able to hold on and up to P2, and Russell now is going to fall foul of Sergio Perez. So yeah, the DRS working well for Perez, and he's up to P4, and Norris is now going past Russell. So Russell is going backwards. I don't know if he's got some sort of issue now, which is why he's going backwards. But I didn't see any contact with Sainz as well. Meanwhile, a long way behind. Well, not really long way behind, but that's a lock-up for Pierre Gasly. And he's lost a couple of positions out to Verstappen and one of the Haas drivers, I think it's Joe. That is Charles Leclerc. He is going slowly and he is out of the race with engine failure. Another pointless race for Charles Leclerc in the grid's slowest car. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to bring out a safety car to recover that car. So, you know, we were cruising. We had a 2-second gap at the front. And all of a sudden, Sainz is right there. So, yes. Now, under the safety car, somebody's gambling. Perez, Hulkenberg, and I think it's one of the AlphaTauris, I think it's Magnussen, are all pitting under the safety car. So they will be at the back, but they'll be out fresh tyres. Hulkenberg is the only one of those trio on not on soft tyres. Another set. You saw there down the bottom right that Mark offered a new strategy. We said no because the safety car has come in. We've caught Sainz napping again, and we're able to stretch the gap to 6/10 now quite comfortably. But Sainz isn't going to stay there. Of course, this is Sainz. He's right all over the back as he tries to go side by side. We're having none of that through Maggots and Beckett's, and Sainz will have to wait for now. He wasn't even fully alongside here. If you're going to do that, if you're going to make that move work, you need to be fully on side going into the section as well. That is Piastri getting overtaken by Lando Norris. So Norris is going to make the move eventually, and there he goes. So 2 Brits in the top 3, but Piastri will come back against his former teammate. So yes, but unfortunately for Lando, he is out of the race as well with an engine failure. So that's unfortunate for him. His race. Russell will take over against Piastri. We are defending the most we can against Sainz. Our tyres are going off, so tyre wear is an issue here. Maybe with the safety car we would have had to have gone hards, I think, as well. And that's Piastri getting overtaken by Max Verstappen. So Verstappen is on the move up to P4. We're coming in. Sainz will carry on. Everyone else will come in with us behind, apart from I think Gasly and Zhou are started on the medium, so they will go. They might go soft or they'll go hards. Tyre wear is a bit higher as well. Of course, it historically has been a high tyre wear track, but not recently on this game. But there we go. We're out in front of Verstappen, who has jumped Russell. So Verstappen, that's great work by Red Bull pit crew to jump Russell. So Verstappen, he is trying to get that 3rd place, and try and mount potentially a title defence should Red Bull actually catch up to Ferrari and he starts winning races in the second half like he did last season. But unfortunately for Verstappen, he teleported out of the pits onto the track. He then drove back to the pit lane and got a 5-second time penalty. He just teleported. There he is, just teleports, and then you see him come back in his picture. There's Tsunoda coming out of the pit. Tsunoda having a great race, but recovery, by the way, to be in the points. But yeah, Verstappen, that's unfortunate for Verstappen. We, lap 14, have got Sainz. He's bearing down, he's got DRS. We're trying to preserve some ERS to defend. We squeeze Verstappen there as well. We're going to try and that was a bit on the iffy, that move, but Sainz will survive as well. Zhou Guanyu, by the way, he is having a good race. He's up to P5, I think, as well, ahead of Gasly, ahead of Tsunoda. The Red Bulls have sort of fallen out of favour, but can they come back? We'll have to wait and see, as Perez has made his 2nd stop. We've got Carlos Sainz right up the back through turn 1, and there's contact there. Sainz has hit us. It happened at Austria, and now it's happened here at Silverstone. The Ferraris have made contact, and this time it's more than just a graze. Sainz has lost his front wing. He's just ran into the back of us. I'm just braking normally for the corner, and he just, doesn't brake enough as well. And Sainz has got no front wing. He's gone so wide that even Russell's just dies it down the inside of Brooklands, and Russell's now up to P2. Sainz, he will be way outside the top 10. So this is an advantage to open a commanding lead in the championship. We had 9 points already. Sainz will probably take fastest lap. We'll be adding another 25 onto that as well. Now, with all the shenanigans and commotion going on, Liam Lawson is up to 9th, and Stroll is in 10th. So those two are trying to get some rare points for their teams. Gasly is having a go at Tsunoda. This now is for P5. Gasly ran the outside and is able to get Tsunoda, and that Stroll on Lawson. This is for 9th place. So yes, Lawson, the AlphaTauri, there's an AlphaTauri as well, because AlphaTauri also haven't scored points, so these points could be crucial for deciding who finishes 8th, 9th and 10th, and all that all-important prize money. As Zhou and Piastri, Piastri thought he had 3rd place sold, but Zhou is putting up a mate fight for him. Piastri, though, has the DRS and is still able to keep that P3 for now, but they are swapping positions left, right and centre. And here comes Perez, fresh medium tyres compared to Gasly, and Perez is finally going to recover. He's got past Tsunoda. Looks like Verstappen's also got past Tsunoda, so Tsunoda's tyres have gone off. And Perez on a 2-stop is able to get up to P5. We're defending on the last lap to George Russell. My tyres have really gone off compared to the Mercedes. We know 45%, so we are sort of coasting. Piastri and Zhou having a last minute ding dong for that podium as well. As we move round the final corner, then this to win our home race might be controversial, but I don't care, because that, ladies and gentlemen, is a big lead. But it would have been bigger. Well, this is on the last corner. Carlos Sainz, he gets down the inside of Logan Sargent. You can see Albon is ahead, and then the recording stops at this point as I've crossed the line. Now, at this point, you can see Albon's in 10th, Stroll 11th, and Sainz in 12th. But what must have happened is that Albon theoretically could have locked up, took Sainz dive Stroll, and on obviously went past Albon. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if that's just a glitch or something, but yes. So Sainz did get P10, and because he got fastest lap, he gets 2 points. So the lead isn't as big as I think it is, but yes. So that means that our lead is 32 points now. We've got a race victory over him, but you never know. It only takes one DNF. Sainz has had a DNF already. We have not yet this season. Piastri moves ahead of Verstappen into 3rd place after this teleportation. Perez up to 5th ahead of Norris. So all of those lot are trying to gain some vital points. And Alfa Romeo pick up 2 points as well in their fight with Williams for 8th place. Constructors is pretty much signed, sealed and delivered, although Aston Martin House is still going for 6th and 7th there as well. But yeah, 5 race wins in a row now. That is, well, Belgium is up next, but never say never in Formula 1. But I wouldn't, Belgium's a good track for me. I wouldn't discount me winning a 6th race. That episode is a sprint race. It will be out sometime next week. It's the sole episode for next week, and then maybe we'll start to have a look at 2 episodes per week when we get to Netherlands and Netherlands and Italy as well. But yes, if you haven't enjoyed this video though, then leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, see plenty more F123 driver community videos and other F1 gaming content as and when they come out. Until the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care, enjoy your day, and goodbye.